Hi guys, this is the Code Chameleon, Stefan Jorgensen, with a short video today about the decorator pattern. This pattern came up a few days ago at my on my current client, and I just realized how powerful this pattern really is. So it would be a good idea to kind of just look at it and introduce it to you if you don't know it already, and what it can do and what it cannot do. So originally the decorator pattern is described in this Gang of Four book, which is very highly recommended. Lots of good patterns in this one. um, but if we look at what it really is, it's basically a way to uh, add or extend classes that you have, functionality in classes that you have, without actually changing the classes. So this is what we call the open close principle. We want to be open for extension but close for modification. Um, but let's look at some code. So if we take a look at this, I have made a small interface called a greeting service, which has one method, and I have one implementation of this method, which basically just writes out to the console, "Hello from greeting service." Let's just remove this and do new greeting service like this. Okay, so this should just basically print out to the console, right? Let's just build and let's go. Yeah, here we are, and run it. Pretty basic stuff. This could be anything. So this is just a very basic example, right? Um, so we have the hello from greeting service. Now we could come up with a new requirement that we would like to maybe time how long the greeting service is to run the run method. We could do it here, right? We could do a var stopwatch and do that stuff there. But now we're modifying the class. We're adding new functionality essentially to the greeting service, and we don't want to do that if we can get around it. And we can get around it by using the decorator pattern. So let's take a look at what the decorator pattern really is. I've made a new implementation of the iGreeting service. I've called it Greeting Service Timer Decorator. So obviously it has the same requirements. It still implements the run method, but it takes iGreeting service as a parameter to the constructor, saving this as what we call the inner service. So what we do here is when we call run, we will write to the console and we will create a new stopwatch. We will start the stopwatch, and then we'll call the inner service. So this is essentially what is going to be the base service. So the greeting service is what we're injecting into this decorator. So we call this is the real greeting service that will print hello from greeting service. And when that's done, we'll stop the timer and we'll print to the console. So this way we will decorate the greeting service with a decorator that essentially can do stuff before and after the call to run, and this enables us to add functionality without tinkering with the logic that is in the original service. So if we just change this to new what's it called, greeting service timer decorator, right? And this takes a greeting service as a parameter. Let's build and run. So now we'll see that first we'll print the hello from greeting service decorator. This is this line. Then we'll have the hello from greeting service, which is the inner service. So this is the core service. And then we'll write to the console that it took, well, 0 milliseconds because we're not really doing anything here. But you get the gist of it. So this is essentially the decorator pattern in its purest form. Now, you could have more than one decorator, so you could kind of layer them if you wanted to. That's a little bit more advanced because there's now the order that you kind of do the layering and will actually mean a lot. Well, a lot, but it's very important at least. But you could do that. Now, if you want to do this, this is like console application. So, but if you have like a, I don't know, a web application or a REST API or something like that, and you use a dependency injection, then you have to do a little bit more. So let's just take a look at that. I'll just comment this out, and I will comment this in. So first up, I just added two NuGet packages to this console application, which is needed if you want to do a dependency injection in in a console application. This will be out of the box if you do use the regular .NET Core application template. All right, so let's take a look at this. This should be familiar for you, for everyone using dependency injection. So first, we add a transient version of the greeting service. So this is the base class that we want to decorate. And after that, we add a transient of the interface. So this is the interface that we will be asking for when we run the application. And then we'll define, okay, how do we want to compose this version of the iGreeting service? For this, we will need the inner service. We've already registered the greeting service, so we can just ask the service provider to give us the service, and we'll use that service as the parameter to the constructor and create the greeting service timer decorator and return that. So each time we ask for our iGreeting service, we will get a greeting service timer decorator, which has a inner service of the type greeting service. So this is essentially the same that we just saw before. So here we are getting the an instance of the iGreeting service, which will return us a greeting service timer decorator, and we call run on that. So let's see if we get the same. We should, hopefully. I'll just build it and run it. So as we see, this is essentially the same. First, the call, the print from the decorator, then from the inner service, and then again from the decorator. So this enables us to do a lot of different interesting things. One thing that I've seen it used for is basically if you have an application where maybe you have an integration that is not done yet, maybe for an external partner or something like that, but you still want to test it in your test environment, then you can kind of replace the call to the external partner with a decorator that basically stops it out. So because we don't need to do this call to the inner service, we can bypass that. So if we could do like an if this is testing environment or whatever, then we don't want to call it, and if it is prod, we will do the call to the inner service. So this enables us a lot of flexibility with regards to how we want our system to behave, and do a more granular control of what the different classes are responsible for. So this is the decorator pattern in its nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, let me hear what you have to say. And if you have any questions, obviously just reach out. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.